So this is our product analysis. We decided to choose an electric guitar for our project. And yeah.
So these are the photos. This is where the strings come in the back, and this is just like the wire assembly. And then we got the neck up there, over there, and then the front. It just has the pick guard on here. So pick guard, pickups, volume controls, and tone.
Here are the sketches we had for our project. So here is the pick guard and some of the different things on there. And then over here, it's just a bunch of the different pieces.
Yeah, so this was the part I did. My friend said it wasn't working very well, so we took it apart and we found out there was actually this piece that was not working. It's just very greasy and old, right here where these magnets are. So this is the sketch that I did, and then this is just the body. So for the guitar pickups, continuity, these 6 rods are continuous, so they do conduct electricity. And then these 2 metal bars on the back do conduct electricity too. So they're all magnetic, but they don't scratch. And this plastic does scratch, metals do not. So here I calculated the surface area. It was just basic calculations of all like the small pieces. And then mass, volume, density. Density I found through the plastics and atom altogether. Okay, so this is the manufacturing. Those are the raw materials that they get at the factories before they start production. So the bobbins are these 6 poles right there. Magnet bars, those are usually aluminum alloy, so Alnico, aluminum, nickel, and cobalt. And then the plastic is ABS plastic, and then 42 gauge copper wire. So they'll source all these from metal manufacturers so they can make alloys like that. And then the plastic is usually sourced from China and towards the Asia continent. And then magnet testing, but when they get all the products, they test the magnets to make sure that they all are the right specifications, and then they actually magnetize the magnets. And then for assembly, they dip these bobbins in lacquer to make sure that the magnetic fields don't interact. And then the bobbins are inserted into that plastic frame on top. And then this is interesting. Inside of this little piece is copper wire wrapped around like a flat piece. So just like wrap it like a ton of times. I don't know, there's like thousands of little strands in there, but it's used to kind of dampen sound and feedback. So then they take that, sandwich it between the magnets, put the bars through, and then attach everything together. And then this was just my sketch.
And for the guitar neck, so the wooden frame, obviously, it's softer wood, so it'll scratch. But these little metal bars on the fret bars were not scratching with the metal. And obviously the wood wasn't magnetic, but the fret bars are. When you pass a magnet over it, there's a bit of response. And like I said, they're not very hard. And the wooden frame of the neck doesn't conduct electricity, but the metal bars do, obviously. And then the hand flexure test, obviously, that you can't bend the neck of a guitar very well, so it doesn't really form back to shape. And the mass I calculated at 335 grams, very small volume, and I calculated the density with these two units. And then for my surface area, I had 0.696 meters squared. And these all came out pretty close to my actual calculation, but it was pretty hard because it's an odd shape to try to calculate because there's so many different shapes there. And for the manufacturing, so they kind of just had a step-by-step process. And so first, the guitar neck is made out of maple wood, and the largest exporter of maple wood is the United States, with the largest states being New York, Pennsylvania, and Vermont. And then the wood, therefore, once they receive it, is processed in sawmills such as Meadow River Hardwood Lumber in West Virginia, who processes large amounts of maple wood. And after it's processed, it's sent into a machine to be processed at the perfect angle between the fretboard and the headstock to kind of just get the general shape of this top part here. And then after this, it's actually sent into the guitar plants where it's hand-shaped. And from here, the underside of the neck, like the bottom kind of curved shape that is underneath here, is carved from hand to achieve the ideal shape and high quality. And then once the neck of the guitar is somewhat completed, they connect it to the body with 3 different ways. You could use glue, screws, or just have it all be one piece. In our case, our guitar has screws just on the back here. It's connected with 4 screws in the back. And then after that, it's coated. And this first coat is meant to just bring out the wood grain and make it aesthetically pleasing. And then from here, it's polished with an air gun to make sure that everything is even and smooth. And then afterwards, the guitar is painted just to achieve this, like, because this is wood, so the body of the guitar is painted to achieve the color and aesthetics that is desired.
Was there a reason for the maple?
Not that I think
hardwood or
acoustics. I think it probably helps quite a bit with that, but I'm not too sure if there's any like.
I think softer, smoother when you're sliding up and down the neck.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they used any other type of whatever.
Probably. There's a lot of different guitars.
Okay.
Yeah. But this one, the one that when I looked into this specifically, they said it was soft maple.
Okay.
And then here's my dimension multi-view. It has quite a bit of little things here just to dimension between the fret bars, which was kind of tedious, but there's all the dimensions there. And then here's the recyclability of it. So the neck of the guitar is actually pretty much fully recyclable, as the metal can be easily recycled in mills and wood processing plants to give it a second life and form new products. And similarly, the metal fret bars can be melted down and casted into new products that give it recyclability.
The recyclability for my pickup is it's about the same with ABS plastic. It's either sent to landfills or other places. But guitar picks are interesting because the factories will actually take them back and repurpose them or fix them for you because they're designed to last for life for the guitar. So when you buy the guitar, you're essentially buying the pickups too, and there's a life warranty on those.
Okay. Nice job.